Now, it's hardly been the sort of crisp autumnal day you normally associate with harvest, but at one harvest festival held in a Lancashire school, the pupils have been involved in a little musical history. Instead of singing just traditional harvest hymns, the youngsters of Withnell Fold village school performed a vesper written more than 50 years ago. Well, what's so special about it is that the music was written by the late great singing star Kathleen Ferrier, whose husband was once a pupil at the school. Withnell Fold is a tiny village between Blackburn and Chorley. When Albert Wilson was a pupil at the village school here, he had little idea that his future wife would be an international singing star. And nor did the Blackburn schoolgirl Kathleen Ferrier have a clue about the glamorous but tragic future ahead of her. It was in this house in Withnell Fold that Kathleen met Albert, her husband-to-be, the brother of the school friend she was staying with. That friend remembers well one Sunday in 1936, when Kathleen, then married, came back to stay. At that stage she was giving piano lessons, but her singing career hadn't begun.
I remember all the family being at church and the choir master asking Kathleen after the service if she could write a tune to fit the words that he'd written. So she just, after the service, whilst Mother and I prepared the lunch, she sat at the piano and she wrote this little tune.
Did she write much music?
No, not much, no.
That vesper was forgotten about over the years, although Kathleen Ferrier, of course, rose to international fame with her fine contralto voice. But today, children at the village school were singing the hymn again.
About 6 months ago, I'd heard through our caretaker that a vesper called Withnell Fold had been written, and I asked her if she could get me a copy because I thought it would be rather nice if we adopted it as our school hymn. She did get a copy fairly soon after that, and we didn't have an opportunity to use it until we were producing something like the Harvest Festival.
These plums come from America.
Southerly, 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 blow the wind.
In 1953, Kathleen Ferrier died of cancer. She was just 41 years old. For sister-in-law Florence, it was an emotional moment to hear the tune scribbled down all those years ago being sung by village children. But Kathleen herself, she felt, would have been more critical of her composition.
She'd probably have said, "Oh, that's awful." The tune itself, I don't mean the children singing, but the tune itself, she'd probably say, "Ooh, that's awful."
But the pupils of Withnell Fold School are certainly happy enough with their new, old hymn.
Singing stars of the future there, perhaps.